to be a mom. They take away all of the tender moments of motherhood that you could have had, but you were stuck in survival mode. So you didn't even really get to enjoy it. You're just fucking surviving, trying to raise these kids, trying to do the best you can, and you get $250 a month. What the fuck? That is pennies. That is the gas money it is taking me to drop them off at their father's house and pick them back up. $250 a month. And my ex is a nurse. $250 a month.
Literally, I stayed in the hospital for a whole fucking week because I had an overdose. I overdosed because I literally did not want to be here no more. I didn't have a pulse for 11 something, almost 12 minutes because I didn't want to be here. I felt like this is
Nobody talks about the amount of times as a fucking mom that you sit in the fucking car and just cry, bro. You just fucking cry. Even when you know your tears not gonna fix shit.
And like I might always have to take care of her.
I could talk to the younger me. I would tell me to wait. I would tell me to wait to have kids until I know that I either am financially stable or I'm having a team behind me that can help me, because everybody needs a community. And when you are alone doing this,
I don't care who say they're gonna be there for you. I don't care what type of help people think they're going to give you. Get that fucking abortion. A lot of things. I'll be fine. If I gave you my love, I tell you what I do. I'd expect a whole lot of.
So my ex-husband has never paid me child support. Never. Right? And so I struggled to raise our children. We really, really struggled. Right? And he doesn't have a license because he hasn't paid child support. He keeps getting in trouble. And he's telling me, Stephanie, please forgive my debt. The kids are already old now. Why do you feel still that I need to pay you? Please forgive my debt. Like, dude, I'm not going to forgive your debt, man. Like, I'm not forgiving your debt. Why would I forgive your debt? Did you care about me? Did you care about the kids when we were struggling? Like, okay, so then the question is, am I wrong for not forgiving his debt? Should I just forgive his debt? Should I just say, you know what? Yeah, you know, we're older, because you know what I told him? I said, I will not forgive your debt until I'm dead. Like, he owes me money, tens of thousands of dollars, dude. I'm just supposed to forget that?
Being a single mom is really hard. It's so overwhelming and exhausting and emotionally draining. I am so overstimulated and overwhelmed, and I just want a break. And I'm not complaining because I love being a mom and I wouldn't trade it for anything, but it's really hard when you have to do it all on your own. So if you have a single mom friend, hug her. Tell her that she's doing a really good job because she needs to hear it.
I'm an exhausted single mother living in California, paying $2,000 for rent, and I feel like I am drowning. I am drowning in debt. What I was chasing, what I thought I wanted in my life as far as marriage and children and fame and success, I don't want any of that anymore. I just want to be able to live.
If you're a single mother struggling financially to make revenue to take care of your children, take it from a single mother who has two children. I've been homeless, had a house fire, lost everything that I've had, and let me tell you how I came back. Social media is a way I did not know before. I had to get out the mud, so let me tell you the game on social media.
When I
I say social media, I mean specifically for TikTok. I generated $200,000 in 3 months on here. On my page, I teach tons of free tips. It's no ebook. You don't have to pay for anything. All the information is there. On my lives, I give you guys more tips, whether it's TikTok shops. TikTok shops is how you make money in your sleep. You can go on live. People gift you on lives, but it takes a lot, especially building up your audience. Go in rooms or do trendy things. If you make a video about the election that's coming up or about anything that's trending, the Walmart Burkitts, social media drama, you're going to get more followers from that controversial. Stop going into this thinking your niche is going to be cleaning or stay-at-home mom. Let the platform tell you what your niche is you're going to look on your page and see what you have the most response to. And your videos, stop starting them with, hey, y'all. If you don't know if you're socially awkward behind the camera, go ahead and record your video and do voiceovers. The people that I see that make the most money with content on here, I've seen 90% of the time they do voiceovers on their videos. I do face-to-face camera. If you do that, you can use the teleprompter feature. When you go in to record your video, right before you hit a filter, hit the little filter area and search in teleprompter. You can use that. There's so many tools that this TikTok has. Even people with millions of followers, they told me I really got my exposure and people started to catch my drift or know about me from TikTok because the algorithm, you can use it to your advantage. I cannot say this enough. Look on my page, go to my lives. I have 30 plus videos of free in the playlist of how to grow your audience. What you need is exposure. Stop getting your head and doubting yourself because your family probably doubts you or people ain't helping. You need to put that energy into yourself. Do the work, which means posting every day. Do the work, which means having better hooks to captivate your audience. Try different niches. Don't get yourself stuck in one thing. And if it don't work the first time, keep going. Because even at 80, I've only had this account for 3 months. Even at 80-something thousand followers, I still sometimes get stuck because it's like my emotion slowing down. No, keep going because you never know when you're going to pop off and when you're going to have that viral moment, when you're going to make your first 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 100,000 from this platform. Speaking for myself, I never knew this was possible. I started a few months ago. So you keep going. As a single mother, look on my page, and if you need help, come on my live and say single mother, and I'll give you a quick rundown.
I can't live in California anymore. I'm a social worker, a single mom of 3. I have a master's degree. I just got a decent job, but I can't support my family here. And the quality of life, it's not something I want to give my children. I'm currently sleeping in my parents' living room, and we live in a very dangerous area. I just don't see how our lives can improve here. Every single day we walk past gang activity, drugs, homelessness, and it's heartbreaking. And rent to live in a place like this is $2,000 to $3,000 a month. Anything in a slightly better neighborhood is over $3,000. And as a single mother, I don't know how I can afford that. Honestly, I don't know how anybody can afford that. And that's why I live in an area where there's multiple families in a 1-bedroom apartment, a 2-bedroom apartment. There's like 10 people living in a 2-bedroom, 8 people living in a 1-bedroom apartment because no one can afford this. I've tried to live here. I mean, I've lived here most of my life. Recently, I've applied for some apartments and they require 3 times what the rent is. And that means that just to have a roof over my head, I would have to make $9,000. And I don't make that. I don't know who makes that. Aside from this, a few landlords have actually been really honest with me. They've told me that after 2020, they preferred to make their housing Section 8 housing to ensure that they are always getting a payment. You either make a ton of money or you are on Section 8. I'm part of the working class and I also don't qualify for Section 8. So in terms of housing, I'm at a lost situation. I also have to think about my long-term goals. My parents live in the 2nd floor. There's no elevator. The apartment is breaking down and there's going to come a time where they're not going to be able to go up those stairs. I need to have a place for them. And if I can't afford to live here and I can't afford to take care of my family with dignity, then I have to go. And I wish that I could just get like directions, do this, but it doesn't work like that. So I'm just going to keep praying. And I know that if God is calling me out of here, He's going to provide. He's going to make a way. I just have to trust. But I did want to share that. I don't know when, I don't know how, but we are leaving California.
The new Trump law is devastating for single mothers. And that's because the new Trump administration wants to allow whoever is paying for child support to be able to claim the children during tax season. The problem is the child support that some men pay single mothers is never enough. And the only time she gets to finally catch up financially is during tax season, when she can claim her children and get a tax credit. As a former single mother myself, my ex-husband used to give me $300 for 2 children. $300 for 2 children was never enough to pay rent, utilities, to buy clothes, uniforms, school supplies, food. The amount of expenses was endless. And the only time I got a break was during tax season, when I could get a tax break for each child. The parent that keeps the children is the parent that has the most expenses. You can't tell me that keeping a child for 2 days is the same as keeping the children 5 days a week. This new law is devastating to single mothers. I know single mothers who the only time they get to take a vacation, the only time they get to buy clothes or even a car is during tax season. And now the Trump administration is taking that away from them.
Want to know something that just really gets on my nerves? And is this a rant? Probably yes, kind of. However, it's a rant of a mother that is over 50, a single parent, has children that are adults but not really adults, and everything that they do revolves around my income. So student loans, anything revolves around my income on the FOSFA or whatever the hell you call that thing. And that is not cool, because when do I get a break on anything? I don't get a tax break on anything because I'm a single person and I don't have little kids. I don't get any of those grants or any of that stuff that they give everybody else that is not a middle-aged woman that is single. And one day I'm going to absolutely lose my mind over this. Today might be the day. I'm not really sure. But where is the relief for a hardworking single woman in her 50s that has kids, that is adults, but is like raising them on her own and always has? What is that? Where is my help? Okay, I'm kind of whining, but I'm kind of not. And I am going to go to Pilates now.
This is what survival looks like, making $5 last all day. For y'all new to my page, my name is Shay and my son is Josiah and he's 2 years old. I'm a single mom that's living in a shelter. And every day starts in this small kitchen. Now, it's not fancy, y'all, but it's mine's for now. When you have $5 to feed yourself and your child, you learn how to stretch every penny. Maybe it's rice, beans, or a bag of pasta. You know what? I could turn that into 3 meals. Sometimes I skip meals just so my son can have seconds. Now, y'all might think my son can't eat a lot because he only 2, but y'all, this boy can eat. But that's okay, because his smile is worth every sacrifice. I just hope that our food lasts us till tomorrow or until the next day we get our deposit for our food stamps. I clean this kitchen and I remind myself that this struggle is only temporary and these 4 walls don't define me. I may not have much, but I have my child, and that's a good reason for me to keep on going. I'm teaching myself to be grateful for every little thing. A warm meal, a clean space, and a chance to start over. $5 doesn't go far, but my determination will take us further.
Let's talk about how exhausting it is to be a single parent, right? So first of all, there is no more village. The village that we had when we were growing up, you see how like we were able to like go out on a block and play, and there was always somebody, not because they had to or not because they were asked to, but it was always somebody that knew whose child you belong to. They was always just watching over all the children on the block, right? We don't have that anymore. Then we have babies having babies. The grandmas, the new grandmas, they're like in their 30s, early 40s, right? And because they had their kids so young, they feel like this is their time now to, you know, reclaim, right? So they're not helping. They don't want to help with the children, right? Because they want to be outside too. So, you know, okay, cool. Then on top of that, right? A lot of us went through a lot growing up, a lot of childhood trauma. So we really don't even trust our family like that. We really don't even fuck with our family like that, right? And we want to keep our kids as away from that as much as possible. So now there is no sleepovers. There is no, oh, can you watch my kids for the weekend? There's no nothing, because the family is not close knit. Like I said, there's just no more village anymore, right? But then we're also overcompensating, right? We're overcompensating for the fact that we
because we still have to work. We still have to grind because we have to take care of our children, right? So now we are overcompensating for the fact that we don't get to spend as much time with our children because we're always at work or we're always grinding, right? So now we're just handing them whatever it is that they're asked for. We're giving them everything they want and they need, right? And they're not working for anything. We're also overcompensating because of the absentee of the parent, whether it's the mother or the father, right? We're also overcompensating for that, right? So now the downfall to that is that we are raising spoiled, entitled children, but we're doing it unintentionally, right? So now they're growing up with this mentality like, oh, mommy or daddy or whoever it is just going to give me whatever. They're going to give me whatever. And they're not working for anything. They don't really know the value of everything. But like I said, it's unintentional because we're overcompensating, right? And then some of us, let me not say a lot, some of us grew up with our grandparents, right? For some reason, there was no relationship with the mothers, right? So now that the grandparents are gone, it's literally just us. It's literally just us. It's not like, and as much as you try to like make that relationship work with your parent, it's just not given that because I'm an adult now. It's just, it's just not that. So now it's just me and my children. Me and my children, they don't know a cousin. They don't know anything. It's literally just us. And because of that, right? Once again, here comes the overcompensating. There is no village. You are the village. You are literally somebody's everyday emergency contact, right? And then the mental health, it gets shot because literally the only person your kids know is you. So you get called for every little thing. So you really can't take a day off. You really can't take a mental health day because why? There's every second of the day, somebody needs you. Every second of the day, you just have to show up. It doesn't matter what's going on in life. You just literally have to show up. It's not easy at all being a single parent. It's really not. So, that was like my little rant. Because I was just thinking about it like, damn, like, and then you can't even really reach out to like friends and stuff because friends that can't relate, like let's say like the friends don't have kids or maybe they only have one kid. If you have more than one kid, they're judging you. They're looking for something to talk about. You can be doing immaculate in life with you and your 2, 3, or 4 kids or whatever. You can be doing immaculate. And somebody's still going to find something to talk about because, oh yeah, she should have stopped at this one. And oh yeah, she has... It's exhausting. It's exhausting. It's really exhausting. It really is. But hey, we're still making it work. And we're just trying. So shout out to all the single parents, whether you're a mom or dad, because we're literally just fucking winging it. And I think we're doing a damn good job. So yeah.
I'm so sick of struggling and being broke. Being a single mom with your own place, it's not for the weak. I'm so sick of struggling. My water's about to get shut off. I need new tires on my car. It's got some problem with the bushings. I can only imagine how much that costs. I have to pay for my registration. It's never ending. And it just keeps going and going and going and going. I don't know how I do it. He keeps me going for sure. But I'm so sick of struggling. Begging for money, begging for help. Door dashing sucks. It's not a for sure thing. You never know if you're going to get an order or if it's going to be $2 or $5. And it's hard to do when you don't have anybody to watch your kid. The only person I have around is my 72-year-old grandmother, and I mean, she can't just watch him. It's, oh my god. Anyways, I'm just venting.
This is the main thing I'm struggling with in America right now as a single mom in my late 20s. Why is everything so expensive? Like, I'm talking everything. I work at the hospital. I pick up extra shifts whenever I can, and I can't afford anything. Like, I don't even have a life. I'm picking up multiple long shifts just to pay my bills. That's not including that I spend $500+ a month on health insurance for me and my kid. Thankfully, my kiddo is school age, so she goes to school, public school. But if I had to pay for daycare, I literally could not be able to afford it. A 2-bedroom apartment is $1,200. Like, this is bullshit. How are we doing this? And the fact that I can make more money online or doing multiple side jobs, like, how are we doing this? Yeah, I'm trying to be a TikTok influencer, but I don't know where that's going for me. I don't know if I'm going to be able to replace half my income with it. I hope one day I don't have to pick up as nearly many shifts just to make my bills, to make ends meet. But like, how are you doing it? How are we doing this? How can we keep doing this? I only get so many days off from work for PTO. I can't even take vacation because I can't even afford vacation. But like, we get 12 days a year, but we're working our butts off, and now retirement age is going to be like 70? Why are we doing this? How are we doing this? It makes no sense to me why everything is so damn expensive.
Let me make something clear. Giving me a hard time while I'm already having a hard time raising your child on my own is crazy work. I will never understand the baby fathers who have less on their plate and give us more responsibility because they neglect their responsibilities, because of their lack of efforts, the lack of consistency, the lack of maturity, the lack of communication to support their child. And you're giving me a hard time. I will never, ever understand why you guys do that. Like, it's so ridiculous. Like, I just didn't bury your child for 9 months. Like, I'm already not going through enough. I have my body changing. I'm not getting enough sleep. My mind is running 1,000 miles per hour. I have a newborn baby that I have to, take care of. And you're not supporting me in any of that, emotionally, mentally, or physically. Just giving me a hard time. I will never understand you men. I will never understand it. And I'm just generally speaking, don't think I'm categorizing all the baby fathers, because there are some great ones out here. I know there are. I've seen them in real time. But for the ones who just literally have so much lack of consideration for the mother who carried your child that you once loved, liked, enough to put a baby in, you show no mercy to. Shame on you. And then y'all be out here loving y'all mothers to death. And shame on you, because guess what? Your mother was a single mother. Your mother was put through the ringer by somebody else. Oops, your dad, actually. And you sit here and continue that same cycle like you don't already know what that feels like. You just expect me to deal with it. Make it make sense. Every day more and more, y'all just give me a reason to talk about y'all more and more.
So I've been unemployed for a few months. Trying to find a job is not that easy, so okay. no income, no support, no safety net. As a single mom, I can't just take any job. My daughter's school hours don't line up. There's no aftercare, and even if there was, I can't afford it. I have to drop off at 8:30 and fetch her at 2. That already does not make it possible for me to have an 8 to 5 job. So then you think, okay, maybe an online job or something, but that also is kind of impossible because how can I do that? I'm homeless. I don't even have a house or Wi-Fi. You know, even if money landed in my lap tomorrow, I still couldn't rent a place because the landlord wants pay slips and bank statements and proof that you have a job and that you've had a job and all this. And I don't have any of that stuff. So I'm stuck in this loop. I can't get a job without stability, and I can't get stability without a job. People love to give advice, but advice doesn't fix reality. I'm expected to just get it together, but how? How do you get it together when everything is against you? How do you pull something? I can't just pull shit out of my ass, you know. The system is not designed for us to thrive. You have to pay to exist. Water, electricity, rent, food. You have to work just to survive, not to live. That's slavery with extra steps, and I'm not okay with that. Now add being a single mom on top of that with no support. If a normal person can barely keep up with this hell, how is a single mom supposed to? I don't know anymore. I'm stuck, and I'm tired of people acting like I'm the problem. I don't know. You are screwed in every scenario, in every area, and you cannot do anything. People are just so rude. Life is just so rude.
I'm a single mom of 2 who works 3 jobs and is currently doing her master's degree, and now I gotta put everything on pause and take myself to the hospital. So this is what I looked like yesterday, and this is how lupus works. Today's the first day that I'm walking to work in a very long time. All winter I've been Ubering, so I get to save a little bit of money now, and it's just beautiful. I get to pop in my headphones and listen to music. Would you make fun of somebody who has cancer? Someone who clearly looks sick, someone who may have lost their hair, or someone who has any type, smells so good, any type of sickness that you can see. Would you make fun of them? No, right? Like any person with a heart, any person with some common sense, any decent human would not do that. So why is it when it comes to autoimmune disease, it's the opposite? Like, I see all the hate happening with Selena Gomez, and I get it because you don't see what we have. Like, lupus is invisible. You can't see it on our forehead. We look completely fine and healthy in the outside, but you guys don't know what we live on the daily. Really quick, I am using Selena Gomez's products today, Rare Beauty. The eye patches were from her online only selection. She's like my lupus sister, so I really love her. I've always looked up to her, and like once I saw that she was diagnosed with lupus, I immediately knew that I had it too. When I saw her documentary, I was like, I think I have it too. And my ex at the time, well, my boyfriend at the time, was like, no, because you know, men are never supportive, and he thought I was crazy, and it ends up that I do have it, and I have to take my medication. I used to take monthly injections, now it's more often, and I'm going through the craziest flare-up right now. Like, I don't even know how I'm okay. Like, I don't even know how I'm talking, but it feels like my whole body's on fire. Like, from the tips of my fingers to all the way to my toes, it feels like I am on fire. My flare-up has never been this bad. It's always like my fingers and my knees that are in pain, but like I feel crazy. Like, I can feel this burning inside. Like, I've never had this before, and I am extremely tired. I called my doctor, and she was like, yeah, you need to go to the hospital because we need to see if like what's going on in there, if you're inflated. And like yesterday, a whole bunch of my coworkers were like, girl, what's wrong with your cheeks? Because I had like patches. Like I looked crazy, and I knew it. I kept telling everyone, like, I'm going through a flare-up. But this flare-up started, like, over a week ago, but it was very minimum. It was, like, whatever. Like, I have pain all the time. But it definitely got worse. I don't know if it has to be the stress from work and life in general. But definitely work plays a big part of it. But I'm like, let me go to the hospital. Let me just add some blush and mascara on, because one thing about me is that if I'm sick, I need to at least put myself together so I can feel less like shit. I know you guys are gonna ask me, this is nearly natural from Rare Beauty as well. I've really been loving her products lately. I want to get my hands on that eyeshadow palette, but it like got sold out on her website. So yeah, I always see in the comments, and this isn't, I can use Selena as an example because she's like, everyone knows her and everyone knows she has lupus, but it's like I'm really talking about myself and others. But like I see comments of people telling her like, oh, she's always using the lupus excuse and like the way she talks and this and that. And I'm like, wow, like people really don't do the research. And like she's like a rare case because she's super young, had a whole kidney transplant. Like I don't understand why people don't understand that this is like big. Like it is very hard living with an invisible disease because people don't take you serious and people think you're making it up. Like sometimes I have to cancel plans last minute because like I just get hit with this wave of either pain or tiredness, and it is not the same tiredness that like normal people feel. So yeah, I just want people to be more aware and like be more emotional when it comes to other and show sympathy, because you just never know what some people are going through. And it's crazy like how many people I am meeting that have lupus, and it sucks. Like I'm struggling so bad right now and nothing's helping me. Like but I was supposed to wake up today, go to the gym, go to work, hit up my new routine. I had to call out of work out of nowhere. I called out at like 4:30 a.m. because I did not sleep whatsoever, because all I can feel is like my insides burning. Yeah, be kind. I'll keep you guys updated, but I'm going to the hospital now. Oh, and it's very unfortunate everything that's going on with the insurances. I don't know how many people are aware or not, but like something's going on to where a lot of insurances are now cutting ties with hospitals. Like my insurance no longer is with Mount Sinai, but I'm going to Mount Sinai Hospital because at least I can go to the ER, but I no longer have a rheumatologist. So it's like I can't even see a specialist. I did call my PC this morning. She was like, yeah, go to the hospital. So be kind.
So how is everyone planning on surviving? I just poked myself in the eye. At this point, I genuinely just don't know how I'm gonna provide like a normal, like American dream life for my kid. I'm working on one income, and I just saw a house for sale in my county, 2 bedrooms, unrenovated, okay? The kitchen looked like it was from 1995, okay? $550,000, 2 bedroom, 1 bath. I need to escape. I need to escape the state.
Now you're a single mom and the father of your child has moved on and is now in another relationship with someone else. You're now very hesitant to have another woman around your child. What do? This is going to be a breakdown of lesson number 2, where I told you that if the man moves on, chances are you're going to have to probably get along with the woman he's now dating. But let me go into a bit more detail about what that looks like. Now, if the other woman is a reasonable individual, she will be able to see like, listen, I don't want to cause any problems. I can tell that you're very hesitant for your child to be around me, and she's going to work with you. She's going to try to make this as smooth and as comfortable for you and for your child. Unfortunately, some men get into relationships with women who may not be as accommodating. And if you, as the single mom, picks up a vibe from the other lady and feel, listen, I don't want my child around you, especially if your child's not able to articulate themselves or not able to speak yet. It is up to you as a single mom to make the decision to trust your gut instinct and to protect your child if you feel like the other woman is giving you bad vibes. And if she becomes a really nasty individual and starts making life hell for you and for your child, you do not need to get into any mud-slinging competition with this person. You do not need to get down in the mud and wallow in the self-deprecating behavior that some of these women display. You don't need to be throwing stones. You don't need to be trying to go back and forth with another woman. You have to protect your peace. If that means that you have to probably seek legal advice because you realize that this person's going to be a problem for me and I don't want any altercation with this individual when it comes to me having to make decisions for my child. That's why when I said lesson number 3, where if you are doing this on your own as a single mom, legally protect yourself by making sure that you are the only person on the birth certificate. But we're going to cover that in the other video where I'm going to break that down a bit more. We're speaking about you and the relationship with the other women. If this person is going to make your life a living hell, you do not need to fight fire with fire. Protect your peace. Do not go into any back and forth with another woman. And make sure you protect your child, especially if you realize the person can put them in danger.
I'm a 46-year-old single mom of 3, and in 2020, I divorced my husband of 15 years. We were together for 20 years, and we have 3 children together. And at the time of the divorce, my youngest one was 18 months old, so I was postpartum, and I usually would be breastfeeding, but my mental health was so bad after my 3rd child because of my marriage and my situation that I really was physically unable to take care of my child. And by 2020, when I wanted the divorce, I was losing my mind. And this morning I was riding my Peloton bike and I heard that song by Florence and the Machine called Shake It Out, Shake It Off. And I remember walking with my baby in the carrier, listening to that song and feeling like my world was ending because that's what it felt like. And I instantly was just like brought back this morning, and it's kind of just been with me all day, the darkness. And it's almost indescribable. I think every divorce is different, but I really felt like I was in hell. I felt like it, like I said, it's indescribable. And I've been through many divorces. My parents have been married 4 times each, but what I went through felt like hell. And I'm here telling this story because it's been 6 years. I can't believe it's been 6 years. And I was in hell for a while. I did lose my mind. I admittedly lost my mind. I went into a state of psychosis. I hit rock bottom with alcohol, and I felt extremely hopeless. In 2023, that was my rock bottom the whole year. It really was about 3 years of just losing my mind. But things are better now than ever, despite my raggedy t-shirt. I'm marinating right now. Despite my raggedy t-shirt, my life has never been better. I'm 46 years old. I have better mental, physical, spiritual health than I've ever had in my entire life. My kids are thriving despite the mother I became and the hardships I went through, the hell that I went through. We all kind of went through a rough time, admittedly. I was not a good mother during that time. Obviously, I was unfit. I couldn't be. And that will be a right, a wrong I will always have to right, because motherhood is everything to me. I was a good mother, for a long time in my marriage. But when I got divorced, I was unable to show up. And so 3 years ago, when I started this journey, my number one goal was to become a healthy and fit human being to take care of my children. And in those 2 years, I've had this glow up, and that's what I usually post about, because when I started taking care of my inner world, my inner health, and I wasn't focused on the outside world because I had nowhere to go but up, physically, mentally, financially, personally, professionally, in every aspect of my life. I had nowhere to go but up, and I started from ground zero. I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. And tonight I just finished creating a 7-day meal guide, because food is medicine to me. I've healed my mind and my body through through food. And so I created this plan. And while I'm doing this and I'm doing all the drives, I'm uploading the files, I'm creating this Canva document, I'm doing so many things that come kind of naturally easy to me now. But a year ago, I created my first guide a few months ago, and oh my God, it took me 4 times as long because I had no idea what I was doing. But I have learned so much on this journey, and I'm finally proud of myself and everything that I've accomplished. Okay, my daughter's home. But anyways, you will make it through. Everything will be okay. If you're in hell right now, hang tight. I love you guys. Bye.
Hey Mama, almost through the work week. It is Wednesday and I'm at the post office ready to drop off more letters. I have 20 more letters here. That is since Friday. Today's Monday. I'm sorry, today's Wednesday. I have written 140 letters, and that's up to $5 per letter that I am going to be earning. And I'm telling you, Mama, if you're a single mama like me, extra income is a must, and that's what I'm doing. I'm earning extra money to help my family, help pay my bills, just all the things. Being a single mom is very tough. Being a dual income family is very tough these days. Things are expensive. Kids are expensive. Clothes are expensive. Shoes are expensive. Food, even milk. I just bought milk today. Expensive. Telling you, extra income. It's so easy. You write 2 sentences on a postcard, address the envelopes, get them to the post office, or put them in your own mailbox. Put the flag up. You can mail them from your own home. You don't even have to leave your house. Just write them. As long as you're consistent and you're sending them in, you're gonna earn extra income just like me. And I want to show you what I'm doing. It's super easy. So comment heck yes, or go to my picture, click on that link that's in my profile. You can read some information. There's a short video you can watch. We're actually having a live Zoom tonight that will help answer some of your questions. So if you want that information also, comment heck yes. Have a great night.
She's the single mom with 2 kids, and that one-car garage, that's where she lives. You heard right. Nicole Jones and her children are forced to live in a garage right in the middle of one of America's wealthiest zip codes, Silicon Valley.
This is the garage.
Nicole, who's a bartender, pays $1,000 a month for the converted garage in San Mateo, California.
I know it's a garage, but this was nicer than everything that I had looked at. That was almost twice this price.
Nicole says she can no longer afford to live in the area, where the average rent tops $3,000 a month. Employees from companies like Apple and Google searching for housing have pushed rents into the stratosphere. Nicole's cramped garage home is only 250 square feet, but big enough to hold her bed in the Bay Area.
It breaks your heart because these people don't know you.
She says all the publicity has spooked her landlord. She's afraid he'll evict her, leaving her and her children homeless.
I can go to bed at night knowing that I tried.
Hello, amazing and beautiful souls. Guys, in today's video, we are talking about a single parent, especially single moms in America. So, from the clips, what I have just learned is that 2 is better than 1, because all of them are saying that if you're a single parent, if you're a single mom, life is so difficult, and the first phases are always like the worst. So I don't know how you feel about that, but you know, at the end of the day, you can never really force a relationship. You can never force to be with someone, especially if they don't want to be with you. But guys, you know what I always pray is that, you know, things get to be better, things get to be good. I mean, people get to understand each other. May any marriage that happens in a beautiful manner in which it will actually make couples to stay longer, and the kids, the children, to actually get that love and support. And you know, that's everything. But again, life happens. And what do you do when life happens? There is nothing you can do but just to accept it. So acceptance is the first stage of ensuring that you heal faster. But again, you are a human being. I am a human being, and having or going through the phase of emotional toll is something that, you know, has to happen, because number one, you are used to being with this person, and also in terms of provision, you know that, as you know, it's lighter, duties are lighter because at least you share the bills. But then life goes the other way, or life turns upside down. You are now alone. You're supposed to be doing like everything, ensuring that the children go to school, the children eat, they get to have a home where to sleep, food. And now, guys, you have a teenager. Remember this particular clip of this lady that was talking about teenagers. She has teenagers in the house, and what they do is that they really hit to the point that it surpasses the budget of grocery in the house. And she was literally crying because, you know, she doesn't really know where the next meal is gonna come from, because what she gets has to be minimized. They have to plan at least so that it takes them through a couple of days. But now with teenagers in the house, it's hard. And we had this lady that has around 4 children, and each of them has training in basketball, has a football training, and both of them are almost an hour from the house. And she was like, as a single parent, I have to do that. I have to wake up, prepare everything for the children, take them or drop them off at their training training place, and then watch the boy or one of the boy training, and then she comes back. She really felt like crying. You could see the tears, you could see the emotional toll. So when she goes back again, she has to attend on the other children. Oh my God, it's just crazy. It's not easy. And America is actually expensive depending on the state that you are living. So I was wondering, like, you pay $1,000 to live in a garage space. Did you see that video, guys? Because honestly, me, I'm shocked. I am wondering, like, what the hell is happening? $1,000? Oh my God. Oh my God. That's crazy. And, she was saying, like, it looks much more better than the ones that she was shown for over that price. That was Silicon Valley. Oh, how expensive is that place? Huh? Guys, what happens if life turns on you in America, girl? Because that is something that makes me wonder. But again, somebody came out and said that as much as life is difficult, or first thing that you have to accept is that life is going to be difficult because everything will be waiting for you. So, or actually ask for government support, because the government has programs that supports single parents with children. If you feel like it's really impossible to take care of the children, you can get government support. But then again, she's telling people, don't be shameful about it. And there were these that were living in shelter homes. They were at least better. They were like, it's better than, being homeless. So guys, nobody ever chooses to be a single parent. It just happens. And what do? Some things you just let it be. Because honestly, what will you do? Nothing. So they're struggling. I don't know what to think about that. Kindly comment down below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.